So how can your Cordic system help with marketing? There's quite a lot of useful tools you already have that most people, if I'm honest, underutilize, and the web reports can bring out a lot of information that you could help to fine tune where you need to market, who you need to target, and which customers used to book with you and now aren't. And combining that knowledge with things like the vouchers, etc., can give you a real sort of marketing strong point of where to focus and what to focus on. And people don't use the QR codes with the web bookers, etc., as often as they should either. So the main points really will be the web reports. Each one of these has got a little photo of where to find them on there. So the majority of them are in the management part of the web reporter, apart from the customer details, and that is in the export side. It's this first one, customer details. This report, it can show you which customers have booked a job within selected timeframes, and it's also the report that will bring out which customers have consented to marketing. So running this report is the one that you'll get the data needed to put into things such as that Firefly or other text marketing tools that Rachel was explaining. And even if you wanted to just send emails or anything like that, it's going to give you a list of all the customers who have, not opted out of the marketing, making it a little bit easier as a base starting point. The second ones to look at, they're very similar, but they are slightly separate, is the job count trend per postcode and job count trend per queue. Both of these, they show you the areas of jobs are being booked either by postcode or by queue. And the cool thing about these two is you can break it down per hour, per week, and many more. So not only can you identify which areas you've got less work or no work if you find that queues or postcodes are missing in there, but also the times and the areas. So there's potential to offer address or queue-based voucher discounts in these areas, or you could get really creative and use the new booking rules to potentially even make a job type for your areas with less work with a discount in all charges in the morning, for example. The job totals per address, it sounds similar to the other ones, but it's slightly different. With this one, you can run two versions of the report, one with a last booking time and the other one without. And it will actually show you which addresses used to book with you, but haven't booked with you for a while. So basically where again to target the marketing to get those customers back in. Some even more useful web reports. You've got the job totals per caller. So it's going to show you that sort of the last pickup by phone number. So again, if you were going to use some sort of text marketing, make sure that they've consented to it. You can send out something to the people and know who to focus on first, potentially send vouchers to from the last time they've booked. The other one that will be interesting for some people is the performance totals per booking method. So it will show you the trends of which booking method is the most popular, things like IVR, web booker app, etc. So if there's a way of booking you would like to push the customers more towards, this can give you an idea of which one, how popular it is and which ones you need to push out more. The job totals per postcode. This one's similar again to the others, but it does also show you the last job booked to a postcode. So it's not just where the jobs are being booking, but the last time that a job was booked there. Again, for flyers, QR codes on certain places, it gives you an idea of where you need to target. Once you've got who you need to target, utilize your vouchers. Vouchers can be for registration, rebates, set amounts. They can be percentages now. You can put start dates, end dates. You can let the operators override the amounts. They're all really configurable and they are quite underutilized too. Once you've got all of the data out and you're looking at the areas of where you're getting less bookings or people aren't booking, you can put the vouchers to certain queue areas or addresses. And you could also think out the box and you could say, there's software out there that will randomly pick a number out of a hat. Anybody who was booked over the festive season is automatically entered into a prize draw for New Year, gives them a discount voucher, or just in general, January discount vouchers when things quieten down. The other thing that people don't use so often enough is the QR codes. With making one for the Webbooker within the Webbooker config page, it sets it to an address. So you just click the QR code, you pop in an address, and it will create the QR code. These are really good for printing and putting them in places like a nightclub. I've seen some places have them in pub ashtrays that will link directly to the pub to take you home for the Webbooker. If you've got anything like local universities, you could pop them in the fresher welcome packs. So really great for a set venue to have these printed out. As I was doing a tiny bit more research, I discovered that you can, in things like this is Microsoft Edge, just right click on the Webbooker and it will make you a QR code. So that's really barely scratching the surface on what they can probably do, but you could link that QR code not to an address, but either to your website or directly to the Webbooker, and potentially even the apps if you're a bit smarter and techie than me. There's definitely got to be a way.